first thing you're gonna want to do is take the seat off. So you get your key, pop your seat off, and this is the plug right here. If you want to flash your ECU, this is the OBD2 plug for motorcycles. And you just pop this out, plug your tuner into it, and plug it into battery. Plug the tuner into battery power. But I already did that. But so once you pop the back seat out, you just pull up on, just pull these little tabs free from the holes, and pull up. And what was holding this little bracket is these two little rubber grommets. So you're gonna take those out. It's gonna stay. And then you're gonna push this side to the left. You're gonna push this to the left. Oh, I was pushing it the wrong way. You're gonna push it to the right. You're gonna push this to the right. Well, to the left side of the bike if you're facing forward, but push it to your right when you're looking at it. And then slide it back up, and you just sliding it off of these mounting points on both sides. These two mounting points. So when you putting it on, it just slides down and it slides over. So when you're taking it off, slide over and slide it back. Slide it back, lift it up and over, and just pull it out. Now, as far as the seat is mounted to those same little mounting points. So you just lift it up, lift the back of it up, slide the seat back, and it'll lift up in the front, and then you just slide it forward. Pops out. Now, as far as taking the fuel tank off, you're gonna want to loosen these two Allen key bolts. You gotta take this off, this plastic piece. You gotta loosen these. We're gonna get into that. Put my key over there. So you're just gonna loosen these. And I don't have no power tools or nothing like that to make my life easy. But if you do have power tools, use them bastards, because I don't have any. Well, I have some, but I like to feel stuff by hand when I'm tightening and loosening things up to make sure I'm not stripping anything out, or if whatever tool I'm using ain't the right size, I'd rather feel it by hand than be surprised. I'd rather feel it by hand than be surprised when my crap gets stripped out. But you don't need much to work on no motorcycle. Don't need much at all. So we're gonna take these two little screws out that hold the plastic, these side plastic fairings in. Top of them. Sit them wherever you feel comfortable with sitting them. Next, there is two bolts. This one, and then it's another one on the other side in the same location. This socket is a 5/16. I'm not sure what it is on the metric scale, but what I'm using is a 5/16 right now. I'm gonna take this out. We're gonna take the other side out. Now with taking this plastic off, when you're taking this plastic off, it has a little small lip in the front. So you're gonna wanna grab it by this front lip, and it got a lip right here also where it's like where it's indented. It catches right here also. So you're gonna wanna grab the lip in the front and just peel it so it's loose. So it's just loose. Once that front is loose, you're gonna wanna come back here because it has those same push grommets like the seat had, like that little plastic seat panel had. So you're gonna wanna slide it forward a little bit and apply pressure to the biggest part of and you can see the little grommets right here. A little grommet here and another grommet right here. And this is where this side plastic is held on by these two little plastic pieces. All right, put this on top of my car. I'm gonna do the other side also. Take that off real quick. Get the lip real quick. A little bit of pressure. Hold on. A little bit of pressure to pop those little rubber grommets out. There's one in the middle on the bottom. There's one a little more forward on the top. Well, pretty much in the middle of the plastic panel. Then you're gonna wanna take these two out. These two little Allen bolts out. That's holding this front plastic piece on. And then this is held on by some same like push pressure grommets. Just apply a little pressure up under the bottom and it pop off. These two grommets right here. And these are little mounts. Now we gotta take these two Allen bolts out. And these are longer. And it has a little rubber plastic. Unplug your fuel pump power by just lifting up on this tab and sliding the bottom portion out. The smaller portion just slides out. When you lift up on this small tab right here and just slide the bottom out. And then that'll release your fuel pump. Electrical wire. So get you a old sock or old rag or something that you're not using, because you're gonna spill a little bit of fuel. So in order to get your fuel tank off, just lift up on this front edge, the front lip of your fuel tank, and gently lift it. And you're gonna have some the overflow lines. You just want to get up under there with one of your hands and just pull the overflow lines free. It's just overflow vent lines. It's two of them, one on the right side and one on the left. Just pull those free, and then you'll be able to free up your fuel tank and lift your fuel tank more. And then this is where you want to use your cloth or used rag that you're not using too much. And then this fuel line, it has a little clip. This little clip, you gotta separate both sides a little bit. You can use your fingers and just open it. You can use your fingers and open those two little clips on each side of this fuel line. and just push it up. Push it up until it lifts up and comes free. And then you can pull your fuel line off. Just gently wiggle it back and forth while you apply a small amount of pressure. And then it comes free. Bam. Find somewhere you feel safe and comfortable with putting your fuel tank. I'm putting it in my recycling bin because it's gonna drip a little bit of fuel. And it's a where the fuel line came off, it's still gonna drip a little bit of fuel over there. But this is the little clip I was talking about. This is the little clip. So when it's locked, when the fuel line is in, you'll be able to push it down. You gotta separate this little front little clip right here. Both sides have this front clip. Just pull them out a little bit and just apply pressure and push them up. They'll come loose. And then to get into your air box, you gotta just move. This is a plastic cover for your relays. I have the TST Industry light relay where you can control the speed of your flashers. But the old relay is, the older relay that I took out, it's a little bit smaller. So just pull your relays off, because they held on by just the rubber shielding that's on them. Just pull them off the little hooks. And then in order to get into your air box, you gotta screw here, screw here, screw here. Phillips, they all Phillips. And a screw here, 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 and there's another one in the middle that you cannot forget. Don't forget that one in the middle. I don't know if it's an air temperature sensor or not, but you're gonna want to unplug this. The tab is on the bottom. Just push it in and just slide it back, and then it come loose. And unplug your top injectors. Unplug all your top injectors. And this you just open like that. It's just a clamp. Just open it and peel your injectors back. Make sure you stick your clamp back in there. All right, we're gonna get into taking off the top of the air box. All you do is just, like I showed you, just take off all the screws around it. And then your top of your air box, oh, these are the vent hoses that I was talking about. This hose and this hose that goes into the bottom of your fuel tank. And all you're doing is just pulling them off. And then they're easy to go back on just because they're just vent holes. You don't have to worry about these little clamps or anything. You just push them back on. All right, let's get to it. All right, got a screwdriver with a good tip on it. I would suggest first taking out this middle Phillips head screw because it's so easy to forget about. And you could, with this one, if you want to remove this black plastic shroud and all this, you'll have to just take this screw out and then this screw. But you don't necessarily need to remove it. You can just work around it. Drop them in here for now. So I know that I got some air box screws to put in. I'm gonna pop that off also. Like I said, in that little video, the ashy hands be doing work. The ashy hand be doing work. And if you want to, you can disconnect the battery if you want to, but that's totally up to you. Cause you ain't really doing anything detrimental by not disconnecting the battery. And like I said, with the under fuel line, this one has the same type of connector. So you just separate these two. You can do it with one hand if you want to. Separate them and push it up. Hold on, this one being a little difficult. So you won't break anything about doing it with your hands. I don't know if it's a special tool or anything to do that with, but my special tools is these fingers. These fingers. But like I said, you don't need that much. You don't need many tools to work on a motorcycle. I know a lot of people feel like it's it might be a lot to do or a lot to get used to or whatever. But yeah, just wiggle it, apply a little bit of pressure, and wiggle it off. A little fuel gonna splash a little bit. That's regular. Nothing, detrimental. That's gonna kill you. It ain't gonna kill you. I know gas prices real high right now, but it ain't gonna kill you. And you just lift your air box off, man. Oh, my bad. I forgot about this little bracket. This bracket is to hold your O2 sensor wire that goes into your ECU. But I did the flash, so my O2 is already unplugged. I unplugged it after I did my flash, so it doesn't throw any codes or anything. So I got that stage 2 Bren tune on it. Don't throw codes. So I need to get an O2 plug also. I'll do that in another video maybe. And then there you have it. Your air filter, it just pulls right out, up and out. And when you're ready to drop it in, you just drop it right back in. I got some, what seems to be, oh, this gas leaking out this fuel line a little bit. What seems to be water. I've been riding, I think there's water. Yeah, there's water. In my intake from me either washing it or riding it, one of the two. I'm gonna just drop it on my moving blanket, see what comes out. It got a little bit of dirt. Ain't nothing too major, but they recommend you just blow it out. And this is a Sprint P08, the red Sprint. Well, is it? Yeah, it's orange. The orange Sprint P08 air filter. So I can get all my air. If you want to, you can get that F1 and get all your air. But these are my carbon velocity stacks. They only held in by 2 screws. And yeah, that's it. And then to put it back together, you do it in reverse. Just do everything in reverse. And if you want to take the air box off completely, another little situation. It's a whole nother situation to take the air box off completely. Let me see, I need a light. Let me get my phone, use the light on my phone. There are 2 Allen bolts, one on this side facing in that direction, and another one on this side facing in that direction. You got to loosen both those Allen bolts completely. You don't have to take them all the way out, but loosen them completely, and it will relieve the pressure it'll relieve the pressure that's holding the bottoms. Damn, my little screw fell in there. Well, it fell with the rest of them. It'll relieve the pressure that's on the bottom of these, the throttle plates. It'll relieve that pressure and let you raise. It'll let you raise the bottom portion of this air box off. And with that, you have to loosen this Allen bolt as well, the one that's right up under your steering dampener. You don't have to remove your steering dampener, but you do have to take this Allen bolt out. It's not long, but it's relatively short. So you can take it out without having to remove the steering dampener. I had to remove all this to put in my block-off plates. And it's relatively straightforward. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wipe my little velocity stacks real quick and put it all back together in reverse. Put it all back together in reverse. Straightforward, simple, easy.